everybody, and welcome to another freaking episode of Blast Off with Ribs. I'm your host, Ribs. Got some sauce for you today. Today we're going to be talking about some NFTs and some of the capabilities, along with a couple different articles. So, starting off, we're going to get right into the articles, then we will get into my opinions, because everything on this channel is, in fact, my opinion. None of it is financial advice. But I will probably show you some cool things that you will have to do your own research on. As you always should. Ha ha! La-di-da! La-di-da! What do we have here for you today, guys? We have Argentine Freemasons want to put NFTs to philanthropic work. Interesting stuff. The Argentine Grand Lodge of Free and Accepted Masons is jumping into the non-fungible token space, but with a philanthropic twist. According to the announcement, it is the first official NFT project supported by a local Grand Lodge. A Masonic Grand Lodge is a governing entity. While this project comes from an Argentine branch, there are hundreds in existence around the globe. The collection contains esoteric. How do you say that word? I don't know. I keep getting it wrong, so let's just move on. Images related to Masonic history and lore. Interesting. Even the specific number of 77 NFTs available correlates with the number of a numeral significant with occultist traditions and spirituality. Whoa. I don't know if anyone's heard of the Freemasons, but if you have not, Google them. We will not be talking about them beyond this article here. So behind this collection, there are lodges, philanthropic intentions, which gives part of the funds back to local charities. Very, very nice. The website for the collection claims the organization is using this collection in part to raise philanthropy to a new and unprecedented scale in the history of the institution. This is yet another NFT collection using the combination of Web3 technology and utility for philanthropy. Digital assets are being used from things like raising funds for victims of the conflict of Ukraine to micro-donations to patronage for classical music. Profits from the sale of the Crypto Masons NFT will go to a local orphanage, a professional development center for youth, and an immigration rights center in Argentina. How very nice. I'm glad these are being used for very purposeful things. Raising money for good causes is always something very nice. Especially nowadays, it is very hard to see people doing good things. Just look at BitBoy Crypto, for instance. He attacked another YouTuber for them supposedly attacking him, which it was commentary, so it wasn't really an attack if you make one episode and just move on. It's more of like a continuous thing if it's an attack, I guess, but that's just my personal opinion anyways. According to a survey data from the AAA, around 5.18% of Argentina's population own a type of cryptocurrency. That's pretty good. That's more than like the whole globe of crypto anyways, which is over 2.4 million people. This is one way to use NFTs, and we'll get back into that a little later on. Speaking of NFTs, Reddit NFT avatars are selling for a premium on OpenSea. Wow. Sales of recently launched NFT blockchain-based avatars are rising on the NFT marketplace of OpenSea. This is OpenSea is one of the largest places where you can buy NFTs. Not just on Ethereum, but on Polygon. You can use USDC. You can use DAI, wrapped Ethereum, and I believe a couple other cryptocurrencies as well. So it's pretty nice. Reddit, the front page of the internet, plugged into the burgeoning, whatever, World of the NFTs with the announcement of collectible avatars in July of 2020. So very fresh, very new, very exciting. The avatars become available to users in August and are already generating thousands of dollars. So they're very much on the open market now. So get them while you can if you are an NFT collector or if you would like to just have one. If you're new to NFTs and you have enough ETH to buy one, that might be a thing. Reddit users are able to purchase a variety of avatars for their profiles using Vault, Reddit's cryptocurrency wallet. So they have their own wallet, which is actually pretty cool, with credit and debit cards accepted to make payments for the blockchain-based NFTs. Now, usually I don't recommend using credit cards or using a type of method that is essentially a loan to buy cryptocurrencies. That's just my personal opinion. People do it all the time, but make sure you know what you're doing and do your own research before you do anything. But having the cash on hand is pretty much what cryptocurrencies are. It's cash on hand or currency on hand, depending upon what it is. But Reddit avatars are created by a number of independent artists that use the platform and are minted on purchase on the Polygon blockchain, which is gas-free, by the way. So makes it much cheaper to deal with NFTs purchases, with transferring using transactions. So Polygon is doing a positive thing for cryptocurrencies by not having any gas fees on their chain. It is actually pretty interesting that they're able to do it without giving back to whoever's supporting the networks. So that's good. NFTs currently available for purchase on the Reddit avatar store page range from $5 to $49, which is good. These are cheap. These are not ultra expensive 1 ETH NFTs that are like Bored Ape Yacht Club where you have to have a lot of Ethereum to even purchase one. These are at least sensible and affordable, and they don't necessarily break the bank for people. I mean, obviously, still people, it's hard to afford. More, $5 or $49 for some people, especially with what's going on in the markets currently, inflation, increased interest rates, and much other things, especially with paying for just groceries daily is kind of a struggle still. So, but still, being able to purchase an NFT for $5 to $50 is pretty damn good. It's really cheap, honestly, and it's a really good deal, and you should definitely check it out. Now, I don't own any of these. I am not supported by any of this. I don't get any funding from anybody. I'm not sponsored by anybody. This is all just my personal opinion. So take it as you will. While the NFTs that are listed for $50 or more are now sold out, these more expensive avatars are still available on OpenSea, albeit for price ranges significantly higher than their original listings on Reddit. 2 specific collections, the Senses X Reddit collectible avatars, and Faustling X Reddit collectible avatars are prominent Reddit avatars compilations that are featured on OpenSea. Around 1,300, the Senses NFTs are listed in the marketplace and have generated a total of 15 Ether on Polygon or $25,000 in sales since August 20th. That's like a couple weeks. That's crazy. And this article launched 11 hours ago. So it's pretty accurate. It's pretty up to date, which is crazy. Crazy. Obviously people could have bought in between now and then. So there are some 1,800 Faustlings listed on OpenSea with sales totaling 9.6 Polygon bridged ETH at the time of the writing. Rainbow Faustling 373 fetched 0.34 Polygon bridged Ethereum or $557 on Sunday and currently ranks as the most expensive NFT sold from this specific collection. The Natsukashi Celestial Assembly and Wearing Your Emotions collection are slowly seeing trading action, accounting for 3.7 ETH, 2.4 ETH, and 1.5 ETH in the Polygon Bridge sales, respectively. Avatars are one way to use NFTs, and this kind of segues right into what we're trying to do here. So NFTs are an interesting concept, especially since you can use them. So it's almost better to have NFTs than it is to buy certain cryptocurrencies. And when I mean certain cryptocurrencies, it's more of those low cap cryptocurrencies that have a lot of promise. So at least with an NFT, when you're purchasing an NFT, you have usability. You can if say a project fails, you are not left with a shitty token that's worthless. You can't show it off other than like being like, oh my god, I have like 1 billion of these tokens that are zero, worth nothing. With an NFT, you at least have something to look at. You know, it's not tangible by any means, but at least you have something to look at if you're doing it for the art. Other aspects are using them as keys or as tickets for events, or the key aspect, say if you're dealing with a new project that is working through a whole lot, they have very much like big ambitions, takes a lot of time to get to those ambitions. They're using NFTs to say build their empire essentially. You can now purchase early NFTs into that program, which you are now supporting that program or that project and whatever their endeavor happens to be. You are now given an NFT that is a key to access maybe like beta or other events, and you have to just own that one NFT, which gives you access to many different features of said project. Whether it's say like video gaming, you get access to beta testing of the games, you get early access to specific portions of the game. Maybe it's not just beta, maybe it's alpha, maybe it's a launch of like the first few other NFTs to start playing the game. You know, it's a key or a gateway into the beginning aspect. You're almost like a founder or an investor in the project. You're an OG investor, because Ethereum at the moment is fairly cheap in comparison to its all-time high of like 4,000. I believe it's close to that. Maybe probably a little bit higher than that. I don't actually remember Ethereum's all-time high, but Ethereum is cheap to acquire, or cheaper rather to acquire now than it was a year ago. So buying up Ethereum-based NFTs can only put you in a better position for later on anyways, but it allows people to do a lot more. Raise money. Access to special events, even if you buy, say, like a ticket to a concert, you just get a piece of paper and say, like, it's raining the day of, like, the festival of the concert. Now your ticket's all wet, gets destroyed. Where if it's an NFT, now you get to keep the integrity of your ticket or NFT, and it stays with you. And if, say, collectors are not only collecting the NFTs, but they want to say, you can say, hey, I was there, even though they might not have been there. You can sell it as art, not just a ticket, or vice versa, or whatever. There are so many different things that you can do with NFTs. It's unbelievable. You can use them for staking. People use them for staking. It depends what that project is doing, but it is a fantastic method to really get into it. And you're not left with nothing if something fails. Or say it's an event, it's a one-time event, you're left with a little piece of art from the event that you can remember or keep or even sell later on, because now it's impossible to get those tickets from that event. It's just a really amazing aspect. And you can take your imagination even further than that. Like, I might not even be touching all the things that they can do. Well, that's it for me today, guys. I hope it gave you the sauce that you were desiring today. Hopefully it leaves a good taste in your mouth. That's it for me. Hope you guys keep blasting off. Till next time.